Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Tamara Todd and I create beauty videos weekly. Today I'm here with my model Lovisa and together we're going to show you how to create this beautiful bronzed makeup look. As usual, every makeup should start with a good skin prep, and I've already prepared Lovisa's skin using Bioderma's micellar water. And now you see me applying Limbo's Beauty Radiant drops all over the face, and I'm using them as a serum and as a first layer of moisture and radiance to the skin. Then I'm following up with a Jones Road eye cream, which will not only act as a moisturizer, but also as the primer for the further makeup to adhere better. And for the facial cream, I chose Jones Road Light Moisture Cream, which is a gel-like cream, really moisturizing. It absorbs into the skin really quickly without leaving any greasy residue. It is a wonderful cream before any makeup application, as I find that it also acts almost like a primer and all the further makeup products adhere wonderfully onto the skin. I'm going to leave the skin to soak up the products and we'll move on to the eyes. If you guys watch my videos, then you know that I love to start my eye makeup with the creamy eyeshadows, and today is no exception. I find that using creamy base before any further eyeshadow application always prolongates the eyeshadow stay and also intensify the eyeshadow color. So here I'm using Lisa Eldridge liquid eyeshadow, and you guys have to act really quickly. It's a very intense color, it sets really quickly and it stays on all day. So using synthetic brush, I quickly blended the eyeshadow all over the eyelid and I let it set. And now I'm moving on to the gel liner. So I wanted this look to be brown, bronzy, and not overly strong. And for the liner, I chose the Inglot number 80 gel liner, which is super long wearing and very waterproof. At first, I created defined liner with a flick, but then I reassessed the look and thought, no, do you know what? This is going to be too current, and I wanted the look to be a little bit more timeless and classy. So I decided to blend it out to give the look more softness and more timelessness in its appearance. I'm gonna leave the eyes for a second and move on to the brows. I combed Got2b brow gel through the brows, and now I'm filling them in with the Clinique's brow powder. Now, Lovisa is obsessed with very thin brows, which is very interesting to observe, as this is the look we were rocking when I was a teenager. And we used to pluck our brows so thin it hurts, and now we're struggling, as a lot of 30, 40-year-olds now cannot grow their eyebrows back. But as we all know, the trend's coming back, and it is interesting to observe this one second time around. Okay, now on to the foundation. And for Lovisa, I chose light reflecting foundation from NARS, as Lovisa's skin is in a very, very good condition. She doesn't need a lot of coverage at all. And this foundation will be perfect for her. We just need to even out the skin tone here and there. And also, Lovisa's body was a little bit tanner than her face. So this is what I'm doing now. So I'm pushing the foundation in, and so she is unifying in her skin tone all over the body and the face. NARS is a wonderful lightweight foundation for someone with already good skin. However, if you need fuller coverage or have slight imperfections on the skin, maybe it's best to choose a fuller coverage option. And for underneath the eyes, I chose Laura Mercier concealer, which currently is one of my favorite concealers in my kit. I love it for its light consistency and a high pigment, which means that I don't need a lot of it to overlay darkness underneath the eyes. And it also wears really well throughout the day, and I find that it's the least one to crease. Now I need to bring the contours back onto the face, and for this I'm using my favorite Kiko contouring stick. Recently I'm very keen on using it with the brush. I used to draw lines before and then blend them in, but somehow something changed in me, and I feel like using it with a brush gives the softer finish to the look. So this is what I'm doing here. And also contouring the nose, using one of my favorite and one of my oldest brushes from Chanel, which is still alive. I'm drawing lines and then gently blending them in with the Wet Beauty blender. And as I am on the complexion, I'm going to continue working with creams, and I will add the blusher onto the highest points of Louisa's cheeks. And this blusher is from Charlotte Tilbury, the matte wand. Wonderful product, very easy to blend into the skin. It doesn't lift off the foundation underneath, and it's also quite pigmented. Basically, a very easy product to use. Next, on to the king product in my kit, Carolina Herrera highlighter. This one is cream to powder highlighter, which is kind of mellow in its finish. It's not the most reflecting one, but it's also not like as a low lighter. It's a very beautiful finish. You can easily apply it with a brush or with the fingers. Equally will look incredibly amazing onto the skin. Now that I have finished my complexion using the cream products, I'm moving on to the powders, and I'm going to use two different setting powders. Now you see me using Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Finish powder, and I'm only concentrating it underneath the eyes where concealer was applied and the central points of the face. These are the points that I don't want to be shiny at all, but the rest of the face I'm going to powder using the Hourglass Ambient Finish Lighting Powder, which is one of my favorites, and I use it so often, especially now in the winter time when everybody's skin seems to be so dehydrated, and overloading it with mattifying powders can cause the skin looking dull. And I'm also adding a slight highlighter slash blusher onto the cheeks using Dior's Backstage palette. And the shade I chose was with the peach undertone to mimic the blusher that we did and just add a little bit more glow to the cheeks. And now that the complexion turned out to be so beautifully lit within, I decided to add a little bit more shimmer onto the eyelids using Dior's Poncho palette, and also a little bit more glow onto the inner parts of the eyes. The eyes turned out so beautiful, but I felt like a slight touch of a light brown shadow on the bottom lash will finish the look completely. And this will add a slight definition to the bottom lashes and also overall softness to the eyes and to the overall look. And as we are creating a soft bronzed look, I wanted to keep the overall colors in a monochromatic palette. So for the lips, I chose Anastasia Beverly Hills Deep Taupe liner to overline lips a little bit. And then I am filling the inner part of the lips using Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick in the shade Haze. These are my new lipsticks that I am currently trying out for the first time, and I must say I'm absolutely obsessed. They're very pigmented and very comfortable to wear on the lips, and few shades made it to my personal makeup bag, which is a big deal. And now to finish off the look, I am using a few contouring shades from Charlotte Tilbury's Nude Gasm palette just to give a final definition onto the face. And once this is done, I'm spraying everything with a Limbos Suit Me Up Hydrating Mist. And this will refresh the powders that we have applied and also will seal the makeup in place. And the last finishing touch in this makeup tutorial is going to be the model body from Charlotte Tilbury. And here is our before and after of the soft bronze makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial. I think the look turned out to be beautiful and timeless and soft and radiant. I don't know, it's just so beautiful, and I feel like it will suit so many skin tones and so many eye shapes that you cannot go wrong with it.